much have you made so far with TikTok dropshipping?
I've done $600,000 in sales.
$250,000.
Basically $1 million US.
$3.1 million in sales.
TikTok organic dropshipping is a dropshipping strategy where you film and edit videos for a product and then you post those videos on TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts in hopes that it'll go viral. And then when it goes viral, you retarget those viewers to your website where they can buy the product. You're about to see the top guys that have mastered this strategy and made a ton of money with it, including Mikey again, who has recently blown up on YouTube documenting his TikTok organic journey. The first person you're about to see makes some of the best videos I've ever seen, which explains why he made over $1 million from dropshipping. Who are you? How long have you been dropshipping for? And if you don't mind sharing, how much have you made so far with TikTok organic?
Well, I started drop shipping when I was actually around your age, 16 years old, and back in those days there was no TikTok organic, it was Facebook ads. And essentially I dipped my toes in Facebook ads because I watched a couple of YouTube videos and I luckily somehow found success. And then from that, I made my first 300K. It was just revenue, nothing actual like in terms of profits. I dipped a huge loss because I had supplier issues. So, I was left with basically only about 20, 30K. And I took a huge break but I still did some website building over the times when I was away from drop shipping and because I was focusing in school and stuff. I had to go into university. And eventually I ended up actually going into the organic thing just because I searched up one day on YouTube, just generally talking about another way to get back into dropshipping, right?
Mhm.
And that's how I came across Mikey and then Michael Bernstein. And eventually I just made my way through. I watched a lot of their videos, tried it again, it worked. So I joined the program in order to really just maximize my profits. Um, I've so far in the last 5 months, I've done nearly basically $1 million US in revenue. It's past a million in Canadian dollars, which I'm in Canada, so I call myself, somewhat of a millionaire, I guess, but I guess it's not really a million until you hit it US. I'm at like 960, 970-ish.
Geez,
So, and that's just 5 months of organic,
five
literally. It's
months. So you're a
it
TikTok organic millionaire.
right? Isn't that weird to say like I made $1 million off of TikTok? That sounds really
Yeah,
fucking stupid, but
that's
like,
crazy.
it's true.
That's
Yeah.
quick. And
Yeah.
I've seen your videos and they're actually like really, really, really good. So you could
I
see
mean,
like why.
yeah, I mean I have like such like a standard for myself where I honestly feel like I don't think my videos are good enough because there are people in the advanced program and there are certain people that are probably not even in the advanced program that make better videos than me. In reality, I personally believe that it was the products that really carried me through. And obviously, when you combine it with like a baseline quality of video creation, you're going to do really well. So that's what happened.
Are you usually like one of the first people to your products?
Oh yeah, one of the
Uh,
first or the first. It's like you're either that or you're not making 100K off a product. Like in my opinion, the best thing you could do is pioneer and just
mhm.
be the first.
So how do
Yeah.
you find your products?
Uh, with the most recent one that I'm doing right now, it's been something that I've just kind of thought about. That kind of shit just comes up. Sometimes you just think. And
Really?
uh I think 24/7. I'm always looking for opportunity. And that's something that a lot of people they might not always be thinking, and that's where they lack opportunity. And we call it perspicacity, where you're just always looking for opportunity, right? And for me, I just found it in my head. I just took it. I searched it up basically after I thought about it, and I found
Really?
an item that suited it. Yeah, and then I was like,
Wow.
okay, this will work. And then I just knew it because it just worked. And then yeah, I've done three brands total over the 5 months that scaled to a million, and the other two, they kind of came up from really just feed scrolling, like how they teach it with the burner method in
Mm.
the program. So yeah, that was the initial start, but the real money is made from the one that I just thought of because literally untapped.
That's really interesting. Jeez.
Yeah, yeah.
So, were your videos always this good, or did they gradually get better over time?
Okay, so here's a secret. Um, Nobody knows this, but I actually did video editing since I was like 10 years old.
Uh,
Like I made fucking videos of myself getting hit by a car, man. Like it was ridiculous. I have a channel hidden somewhere deep in the internet. I hope nobody fucking pulls it up one day. It's still there somewhere out there. I was like getting hit by a car in VFX, and I would like do all these crazy VFX stunts that are just all edited in After Effects, like the Adobe program. And that gave me like an eye for video editing. And also later on, I started getting good at Photoshop and stuff.
mhm.
And then so I feel like most of like the talent really comes from experience of just time dipping my toes in video editing. And then, transitioning on to TikTok editor and stuff, that kind of just piles right into it. And as soon as you figure out the controls and you have the eye for such editing, you kind of just piece it together and you end up being a really good like creator in general, right?
So you were good from the start, basically.
Well, no, I made shit TikToks, but
So you
uh
were better than most people from the start when they start off.
right, yeah. I mean,
Mm.
I started above average, I can say, but it's nothing crazy. Like I'm sure because I've brought my own friends up and, they're able to match my video quality just under my wing. So, it's nothing crazy.
So the secret is just to having high standards for yourself in terms of having good video quality.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You
Mhm.
you not only do you need high standard, but uh also just the eye for it, and that takes time.
Mhm. So
Yeah.
how long did it take you to make your first $5,000 profit from TikTok organic?
Not long, to be honest. Um, Here, I'll actually talk about a little bit about the initial two products that I tested. The first product I tested was the dish gun. I don't know if you've heard of that.
Yeah,
Is
I
this,
actually ran that
yeah.
product. Yeah.
Oh shit. Well, I don't know if you want to include that in
No,
the
no, no, no.
video,
I ran it a
but
while ago. I don't care.
oh, okay. So dish gun was initially when I started TikTok, I came from Facebook ads, right? So I was that guy who like ripped videos from everywhere without even recording a single clip myself. That was the meta back then. Like there was no such thing as ordering the product and making the video yourself. Like back then it was literally find YouTube videos, find TikToks, mash them together, make your own. And like when I first came in, this was like back in September. TikTok didn't have such a strict shadow banning policy in terms of stealing other people's videos. You could literally get away with a lot of that shit back then. And then so I didn't even know how bad of like how bad it was that TikTok didn't like you copying stuff. But so regardless, don't care, did it. It worked. Dish Gun got a couple thousand views, and I was like, wait, this isn't that bad. And the reason why I really went in organic in general is because I myself made TikTok videos before organic, and I never knew of TikTok organic. I only knew of TikTok paid ads. But I basically run gun videos and stuff like that, and I did like ASMR videos. They went viral, like super viral, like 15, 20 million views before.
Really?
So
Wow.
that's when I knew like there was a time and place where you can show something and it'll just work. And I learned through Mikey's video that it was like the time machine idea. It's like if you show a time machine, it's gonna go viral. Like if it's good enough, it'll go viral,
Mhm.
right? So if you apply that concept, that's kind of what I did. Now the first two products I tested, absolutely dog piss. Like dish gun, first of all, I was like playing it with like female music over and I was like scrubbing dishes like I'm some sort of fucking, I don't know, not what I am used to doing. So basically didn't work out. I think my video quality back then at the beginning was also pretty mid. And then the next thing I did was a butter cutter, which was a container, food container, and you put like this container lid on it and it has a bunch of wires and you can just press it down and it just cuts your butter into pieces. You can look that up later, but don't test it because I've already did, and it's not a good product. And that's just because it's one of those things that don't satisfy my current criteria anymore, which is can the person simply think I'm gonna get this on Amazon? And that's like one of my main product research criteria because if someone can just go on Amazon and get it, there's no point of actually trying to sell it, right? But
Yeah,
yeah,
I
those
agree.
are my first two.
So what do you think is the most important contributor to a viral video? For example, like the hook, sounds, product, storyline, ideas.
Um, Personally, from my experience, your product.
The product.
um
Okay.
that the product like makes or breaks a lot of it for a beginner. If you
Mhm.
have a good enough product, you can show it in the shittiest way possible and it'll still go viral as long as you're like one of the first few.
First.
And if you're good at abusing a research strategy, then like that'll work for you. However, if you're not good at researching, then you're gonna have to stick with just getting good at video creation. And that comes down to your visual hooks and your ability to sync sound with the visuals. And that's what I always tell my creators, which is I try to help them work on syncing the music with the visuals and making it satisfying to watch so that people keep watching and it retains the audience more. And in general, though, in my opinion, it's like a bunch of different things like mixed together. But the most important one is definitely your product.
Mhm.
And if you have a shitty product, no one's going to want to watch it, right? It's got to have that wow factor.
Mhm. So, so you mentioned you found your products and you're like one of the first people to bring it on the platform. Um,
Yeah.
so you have to come up with your own ideas for these products basically, and like straight from your head, and then make a good video with it. So how do you get better at coming up with ideas?
Well, yeah, that's the thing, right? At the beginning, TikTok organic is all about copying and pasting other people and just snaking their videos. And I've always believed in creativity. I've always grown up a creative person. So, some people have it easier, some people have it harder. So it really depends on what a person excels in terms of which direction they want to take it. For me, I literally just think, I just brainstorm. Like, first of all, picking a product that you actually understand is important because if
Mhm.
I pick a makeup brush and I'm a fucking dude, obviously I don't know shit about makeup, so it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
But if I am a dude and I play a certain sport or whatever, and I take a product from that sport that I'm really familiar with, then obviously then I'm gonna be able to sell the hell out of it. So it's important to actually pick something you're familiar with, and that's the hard part. But it doesn't necessarily have to be that. As long as you can sell it somehow, I'm sure you can think and sit down and be able to find ideas, right?
Mhm. How long would you say it takes you to make one video on average?
Ooh, that's a good question. Um, it's product dependent. Some products super easy to film, right? And you
Mhm.
just literally show it on camera, unbox it, and literally show the features and stuff like that over and over again. And other products, you have to talk about the features, do voiceover videos, and all that kind of stuff. I would say if you have a product where you just show it, and trust me, a showing product can still make you 100K. I've done that. But also the products that require explanation can also make you 100K. So you don't really choose, right? Because you get a good product, you're going to run it regardless. And in my opinion, it it varies a lot.
Mhm.
Like it can take anywhere from like 1 hour to 3 hours per video.
Mhm.
Because like some things like require different timing of the day, require you to be in different locations. I sometimes sweat my videos. I like go to some stupid location just to like film a shot, and then I would have to piece it all together the next day because I'm too tired or something. It's a thing.
Yeah. So what's the farthest you've gone to execute a video idea that you came up with? Like whether that's you having to spend a lot of time or money on it.
I can reveal a product that I have assisted in, which was Snowshot. Have you seen that one?
Yes.
Yeah, Snowshot was run by my friends, and I kind of like spotted them and mentored them through that. They did go viral. They took that up to the top of a snow mountain.
I think, yeah, I
So
saw that video.
so I live in Vancouver, Canada, and we went all the way to Whistler, which is like a
Wow.
2 hour drive up, 2 hour drive up north just to get
Mhm.
snow because there's no snow at the time.
So do you ever like do those types of videos where it takes you like so much time or you have to go so far to film it and then it like gets no views?
Ooh, well, at the end of the day, no views or not, you measure your opportunity cost before you go, which is like, is it worth it to go if there's a chance of going viral? If yes, then you're obviously you should take the risk, right?
Mhm.
If you have nothing better to do with your time. But no, that hasn't really happened. Every time I do have an intentional plan, and if it's risky enough, as in there's a lot to do, I make sure that I make it worth it because
Mhm.
that trip is not only to do that one product. I'll have multiple products that can benefit from that trip, basically.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So my last question to you is, what's your best tip for someone that is really trying to start making money with TikTok organic dropshipping?
The number one thing I tell everyone is to not start unless they have a lot of fucking time and like energy to put into it because I stopped working out. I used to work out 6, 7 days a week, and that shit's like an important piece of my life. And even though that it's so important, I still had to take a long break from the gym just to balance it with school and everything. So a lot of people will have this like temporary rush of motivation to start TikTok organic. And it's important to understand that it's a commitment of a long term kind of thing. And it's not something that you just think, oh, I'm gonna do it. It's quick money, easy grabs, whatever. No, absolutely not. And so it's important that, especially if someone is in school, that they're able to balance that, right? Because you don't want a conflict of interest and just throw your school away for something that might work for you. Because to be honest, TikTok organic's not going to work for a lot of people simply because they don't have enough time, they don't put in the work, and they give up really early.
Mhm.
And the biggest lesson that I think I took away from organic in general is just how hard I have to work in life. That's it. And
Mhm.
Mikey kind of like showed me that path when I watched his videos, and it was like, damn, this guy works fucking hard. And I know now what I have to do to work hard or
Mhm.
what I have to do to get that kind of money. So I did it and it worked. So it's a proven concept as long as you have the time and energy and everything to put up with it. But yeah, that's my
Yeah.
biggest advice. And maybe to get a mentorship in order to boost your time saved, I guess. But everything you can mostly figure out on your own without joining a mentorship program. I joined simply because I had specific things to optimize, like processes that I was losing money on. So
Mhm.
Michael was able to help me with a lot. Jacob was actually able to help me with video ideas and stuff like that. But if you're a total beginner, you can literally try everything without being in a mentorship program.
Mhm.
And once you do get to a point where you think you know what you're doing, and you're able to start picking products and stuff like that, that's when, having a mentor look over your product sheet might be helpful and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a common misconception that people think like the mentorship's going to give you like all the secrets and they're going to do everything
Yeah,
for
no.
you, but you have to actually put in the work, like as you can see.
100%.
Mhm.
100%. And when a lot of people they think that they're just going to be guided. In reality, you have to guide yourself. No one's going to tell you what to do. You're going to know what to do when you watch YouTube videos, but nothing more than that. You have to go and write the questions down. You go ask the questions and shit. No one's going to fucking tell you get on your shit because you're on your own. No one cares about your own life more than yourself. So that
That's true. Spawn is levels ahead. He's doing some crazy things right now, and he's paving the way for TikTok organic dropshippers. If you want to see more of him, he just started his YouTube channel. It's in the description. The next person you're about to see is a 16-year-old kid who has made 4 times the average US salary from dropshipping in just a couple of months. I know you've been going crazy. So who are,
Yeah.
how long have you been dropshipping for? And if you don't mind sharing, how much have you made so far with TikTok organic?
Okay, so my name is Luca. I've been dropshipping for a year and 2 months now, I'd say. And I've made now about $250,000 through TikTok organic, which is yeah, pretty crazy. Yeah,
How old are you?
16.
16.
Yeah.
250K at 16.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, cheers,
I'm
man.
16 too. You're still in school,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So I'm in well, high school. I think it's high school for you guys. I think I did have you just turned 16 then? I
Yeah.
think. Yeah, okay, so I'm a year above, but yeah.
So how do you manage doing what, 6, 7 hours of school every day
Yeah.
while working on your businesses?
I think it's important to use, like for me, using the evenings really productively. I always plan ahead. So like scripting and definitely, yeah, planning. So scripting videos in the evening so that the day after, when at the moment I get home from school, I know what to film and I'm quick at it. Luckily for me, with college in the UK, the time I spend at college kind of varies. So some days I'll only have an hour and a half in college, other days I'll have 7 hours.
Mhm.
So it does give me a bit more lenience there, but I'd say yeah, literally just knowing what you need to do. You don't want to be put on the spot, and you don't want to be in the moment being, what do I do? How do I film? Blah blah blah. Everything needs to be planned. So
Right.
yeah, that's the
Right.
most important thing.
Mhm. So yeah, whoever out there is making excuses about not having enough time because of work or school, look at my boy Luca right here. He's not making any
Cheers.
excuses, and look how much
Yeah,
he's accomplished.
I appreciate that.
Crazy. Have you told your parents about it yet, or friends?
Yeah. So, well, my parents they've known from the start since they're like I've had to use, obviously being under 18, all of the payment providers through Shopify, their
Mm.
bank account is
Yeah.
kind of the whole source of it. Right now we are trying to set up the whole business side of it, but yeah, they know, and then a few of my friends know, although it's kind of like started to leak out, which I'm kind of like a bit nervous about, but I mean, we'll see. Yeah,
What was the
I don't
reaction
tell
from
them.
your parents?
Oh, it's crazy, it's crazy, man. Every day, like when it started popping off in it was December, early December especially, when it started popping off, they were like completely shocked. So
Mhm.
no, it was definitely worth it. You just got to put in the hard work.
Yeah, I can imagine. How many
Yeah.
viral videos did it take to make that 200K?
Oh, right. This is all through YouTube Shorts. I'm just gonna put it out there. So
Really?
guys,
Wow.
don't sleep on YouTube Shorts. Like this is you're in Michael's program, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, like to be honest with you, TikTok is the least kind of effective of the three. But sorry, back to the question. Probably I think it was 50 videos before I got, as in they all did pretty well. They all did 10 to 15K views on each, and that's when I saw some progress. And then yeah, one video hit 200K. It's now on 800K, and then I've got a few videos on 2 million views. But honestly, like I haven't on across the entire account, I've got about 15 million views. So it's not that many, but the product's just crazy.
That's
Like,
crazy. 15 million views and 250K in sales,
yep,
all from the
yeah.
same product?
Yep, same product. So
Jeez,
it's wild. Yeah,
that's crazy. I've never heard of anything like that.
I know, I know. Neither like when I went on call with Jacob, he was shocked, which is wild.
Jeez. By the
Yeah,
way,
man.
for the people that don't know, who's Jacob?
Jacob is the famous JT Bredin. He is one of the mentors in Michael Bernstein's program, and yeah, he's an absolute beast when it comes
Hmm.
to organic. So
Yep.
yeah,
And Jacob's
come on,
actually
he
going to be on
knows.
this interview later on.
Oh shit, is he actually? All right,
Yeah.
shout out Jacob. Come on, he better see this. He's well, hell no. But yeah, nah, he's been a huge help, honestly. Nah, it's been
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, Jacob's the GOAT. So obviously you're very experienced at making viral videos. So what do you think is the most important aspect of making a viral video?
Like I said, on a few of the videos that I've had, I think structure is really important. Having a good storyline, like keeping people engaged through that. I think it's almost a blend of all three. You have to kind of perfect the hook, then you got the storyline of the video to keep them entertained, and then obviously the call to action at the end. Um, I think also the product, and this is kind of simple, but a lot of it comes down to the product. I mean, Jacob does say, you can make a pencil go viral, but it's much easier when you have a good product. So I think for you guys out there watching, if you can find a good product, it's going to make your life 10 times easier in terms of if it's naturally engaging. Um, but yeah, the main thing is good, fast-paced clips. They have to
Mhm.
music has to work with the video, and yeah, just keep a good storyline, keep people engaged.
Mhm. So my last question for you is, what would be your best tip for someone that really wants to start making money with TikTok organic?
Best tip, find a product and just start. Like literally get some practice in. So many people come up to me and they say, "Oh, I want to start, but I don't know how." The most important thing is don't think of the money. You have to make your videos good first. So you should practice making videos, and you should be happy to go viral. You should be happier to go viral than you should be to make money. Because like once you start going viral consistently, you know that then you're gonna be able to make money. So the best tip is literally just start, find a product and practice, 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 like constantly.
Luca has accomplished some crazy things at a young age, but what's even crazier is that right after we filmed that interview, he made $100,000 profit in just 7 days with the same product, and on one of those days, he made $30,000 in sales. Next up is the one and only Mikey again. If you're doing TikTok organic dropshipping right now, it is most likely because of this man. He's an inspiration for hundreds of thousands of people, and he's a legend at TikTok organic dropshipping. I'm sure a lot of people watching this know who you are already, but for the people that don't, who are you? How long have you been doing dropshipping for? And if you don't mind sharing, how much have you made so far with TikTok Organic?
Hey, yo, that's outrageous. Just showing my money already. Well, I'm Mikey and I've been doing job shipping for like 2 years. I only started working at the beginning of 2023. And I basically documented my journey from when I failed to when it started working. And I've made, well, I don't think I mentioned this. I've done $600,000 in sales. It was supposed to be $300,000 in profit, but then my mentor made me do some crazy expenses and it went all the way down to $130,000 in profits.
People see these numbers and some people think like, wow, that sounds so easy. You just right, you film videos, you go viral, you make some money. So how much time was it between starting TikTok Organic and making like your first $10,000 profit?
Starting TikTok organic, it took me like a couple months to find my first winning product. And that one I made $9,000 in a month.
Mhm.
That
So
was some video frame that basically, yeah, a video frame. That was my first winning product.
during those couple of months, I'm sure you had a lot of long days of just filming and editing a bunch of products, right? not making too much money. And so what are the main differences between your days during that time just starting TikTok Organic and now?
Well, actually, things have gotten a bit more hectic than before.
Really?
Yeah, because first of all, I've gotten better at filming and editing. So I've gotten faster at pumping out videos. And I've also gotten more confidence that the dropshipping actually works. So I don't have that barrier that's stopping me from posting more videos. So it's just a matter of I have the ability to post more videos and I have the belief it works. So I just keep posting and keep pumping out as much content as I can. Previously, I probably tested like 2 products on one account, 2 videos a day, so maybe like 4 products.
Mhm.
Now I don't even know. Right now I'm testing like 4 products at the moment, and my max is probably like 5. But like, yeah, it's the volume has gone up, and I also have creators as well, so they are also testing on my behalf. So the work has gone up, but it's a lot easier to execute, if that makes sense.
So you mentioned you have creators. What would you say, what percentage of your day is talking to these creators?
Oh, I mean, it's literally like 30 minutes. So I
30
just
minutes.
have like a small slot blocked out in my calendar, and then I just go through my sheets to my creators. And then if they have any questions or anything, I just message them. If I have something, if I have a product I want to show them, like
Mhm.
it doesn't really take that long. Maybe throughout the day they have some questions, but like it's just like talking to your friends or something. It's not like a full hectic thing, you know.
How many creators do you have?
Currently 5.
5.
But they're
Wow.
not active. They are not active right now.
Mhm.
Active right now is 3.
Okay.
Yeah, 3
If you don't
active
mind
right now.
sharing, how much you pay each creator per month, typically?
So what I do is I start with $600 for 30 videos. So
Mhm.
basically 1 video a day for 30 days. If they are a good creator, if they start going viral, if they start showing some promise, I double it to 1,002, 2 videos a day. And then maybe I offer them some commission. If they go crazy, they get a bonus. The bonus I don't really talk about how much I
Yeah.
give them. It's just based on how much they do, and But
Yeah.
yeah, it's mostly 600 a day is what I start with. Then 1,002 if they go
Wow.
crazy.
So across 3, sometimes 5 creators, that
Bruv, remember what I said at the beginning? My expenses, I literally did $300,000 in profit. I did my profit tracking like a couple weeks ago. I actually made 300,000 profits last year. But then like paying creators and paying VAs and everything just cut everything down, and then maybe a few minor stuff I can't talk about. Cut everything down to 130. So creators, they get
so
expensive, especially like with organic. It's tough. It's tough. But
yeah.
yeah,
So out of that $300,000 profit, how much would you say is from creators?
300. Ooh, that's an interesting one. Okay, one creator brought, was it 30K profit? 30K revenue. That was like 15K. Another creator brought, I'd say maybe like 30, 40K in total.
Oof.
Yeah,
Okay.
it came from creators.
So that's your game plan right now? You hire more creators and scale that way?
I'm trying to like,
Yeah.
it's a lot harder than I
Yeah.
thought. Like it's like you feel like once you get the skill down, you just teach someone else to do it. But like teaching people how to do it as well, it's a skill on its own. So it's tough. I'm not gonna lie, it's tough. It's something I'm still trying to figure out. And there are people who are doing it actively, which I'm in contact with and I'm getting some feedback on. So hopefully, eventually, I could fully outsource, and then I don't have to film videos anymore, and no one can see a black guy filming videos and assume it's Mikey. You know,
It's true. I see the comments.
bro, it's wild. There's some one random guy called Mikey Police or something.
I saw
Bro,
that. Yeah.
bro, I don't know who this
The
guy
comment
is.
sections. Yeah.
It literally just, it's crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy to see. I'm
Crazy.
not gonna lie.
Well, anyways,
Mikey
so
Police. I'll find you if you're watching this
yeah.
video.
Hopefully he is watching. But
Yeah,
so this shows, right? You have 5 creators and you're scaling and you're hoping to sometime in the future outsource this completely.
yeah.
So you could really scale TikTok organic, and there's no boundaries. There's no roof to TikTok.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, the big top guys in the space who have been doing ads all this time, they don't really take TikTok organic seriously, which is very, 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 very good for us. Because once you get to the top and you start adding barrier to entry to your products, like maybe you start branding products or something, the top guys who are used to actually branding their own products, they won't come down to your level and steal your products because they're not even looking there. They're looking at the ad side, if I'm even making sense. So once you brand a product and you're still scaling through TikTok organic, you have almost no competition, bro. I've ran this product that I cannot mention since April. No
Really?
competition. TikTok organic. But it's just because they can't find the product on AliExpress. And I made it custom. People make millions from TikTok organic. Like,
Yeah. So
yeah.
my final question for you is, what is your best tip for someone that really wants to start making with TikTok organic?
Don't expect it to be easy. First of all, it's what your first goal should not be is to try and make money, because you're not going to make money. It's very unlikely that you go money. Your first goal is to improve your content. So it doesn't even matter the product you pick. Just make a banner account, pick a product, and then start testing, start filming, and then getting comfortable with filming, with lighting and everything. Try and get your video on par with the top guys. Worry about that. That's what you need to worry about. Once you get to that level, then you can start worrying about picking the right products and doing all those things. Because that's like the baseline. Once you get to that baseline, everything else becomes like easier. So for a beginner, don't focus on making the money. Focus on improving your content. The money will come with experience, with time, with patience, yeah.
So how long between them starting and then making their first, let's say, $1,000, would you say?
Bro, it could, I mean, it could literally be the next day. Like, you could just post one video and it could go crazy. That's how, not just TikTok, that's how organic is. Instagram, TikTok, maybe not YouTube Shorts, because YouTube Shorts takes a long time. But like, something can blow up overnight. So it could literally be from your first video. It could be from your 300th video. Expect it to be from your 100th video.
I don't know what it is, but this man is just so motivating, and he's been documenting his journey from the start since he was making no money on his YouTube channel. So if you haven't already watched his videos 5 times each like me, his channel's in the description and you can watch his entire journey from the start. You guys are going to want to see the next one. Mikey again has 2 mentors, Michael Bernstein and Jacob Breton. These are my mentors too, and Jacob Breton is, in my opinion, the king of TikTok organic. He's helped hundreds of people succeed, and he knows literally everything about TikTok organic. I'm not kidding when I say this. Give this man a paperclip and 10 minutes to make a viral video with it, and he will somehow manage to do it. So first off, who are you and how long have you been doing TikTok organic for?
I'm Jacob, and I've been doing TikTok organic for 2 years.
Right, okay. So you've been doing it since way before it became popular. And how long have you been doing mentoring for?
I started mentoring with Michael in December of 2022, but we started working with Mikey in like September 2022.
So it's been a while. Okay. So you've helped so many people succeed. So I think it's fair to say that you've seen the most TikTok organic videos than anyone else in the world. You've seen a lot of videos with 200 views, and you've seen a lot of viral videos. So what would you say is the most important contributor to a viral video?
I think having something in the video that's going to get an increased amount of engagement with like any of the different ways to engage, whether it's likes, comments, watch time, save, shares. If you can have something in the video that's going to get a unusual amount of one of those, whether it's comments, shares, saves, something like that, watch time, that's the best way to go viral.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's a common misconception that like the best strategy is to copy videos. And so do you think it's better to start coming up with your own ideas and developing the skill of making ideas?
So when I like teach people in the beginning, usually people are coming, not usually, but a lot of time people are coming from complete scratch. So it's kind of like having training wheels. Like, you know, if you got training wheels on a bike, it's like you don't have to focus on all these different things at once. You can just focus on steering and pedaling. And having people replicate videos from the beginning are good training wheels to get the gist, like, okay, this is how you edit, this is how you do this. And you don't have to worry about making a good concept or coming up with something. You just have to focus on the editing and actually making sure that you can do all the physical parts of it. But then once somebody, you know, gets out of like that beginning stage and they can make videos, I put so much emphasis on coming up with genuine, unique, good content.
And how long do you think it is between them graduating from that stage of copying videos and like when can they start making their own ideas?
Usually within the first month.
First month, okay. How does someone get better at coming up with ideas?
The honest answer that like isn't as practical, but I mean kind of is practical, is do more of it. Like the longer you've been doing this, the easier it becomes. It's like, yes, a lot of videos I've pulled little things out. I've like come up with just from seeing so much, but a lot of times I get in a lot of situations like Bond, who is the biggest student that we have in the group.
Yeah, he's on the interview. They know.
Yeah, and he posted a video. His top video right now is this video that I just remembered from about a year and a half ago that I saw somebody did that was not even selling a product. It was literally just an influencer. And I sent him this video. I showed him exactly what he should do, how to remake this exact thing. And now I think he's made a couple six figures just off that video. So the best way is to recall it. Now, when it comes to like practical advice on how you would come up with your own ideas, what you should first do is start by replicating competitors, and not necessarily replicating, because like we were just talking about, we don't necessarily want to be copying, but get inspiration. You can get a foundation of what your competitors are doing. Then the next step would be go into the niche. So whether you're doing crochet or something like that, now go look into the crochet niche, go look at all the different videos that went viral in that niche. Now you're going to go down on those videos. You're going to look for ones where there was a reason to went viral. Because sometimes you're going to see videos where there's somebody with 100,000 followers and they got 100,000 views. That's really not all that great. Now, if you can find somebody with an influencer that has 1,000 followers, which isn't really an influencer, but they got 9 million views, there's clearly something in that video that made it went viral. And you can go check into the comment sections and you're going to look for those videos. Then the next level down from that is you're then going to look at videos where you can implement something from that niche with your product. So like, let's say you're selling that crochet ring, for example, that you've probably seen. It's like, if you saw a video that went viral in the crochet niche because somebody crocheted some super cool blanket, that's not going to be something that you can implement with your video. Because of what, you're going to go crochet that whole thing? No, but if somebody says something like a crochet tip about like some little string, you can add that and just do product placement with your product. And that's something that would fit. So you're looking to get something that's viral like that. Then the next thing from there would be like looking at just things in general that go viral on TikTok or any of the short form platforms. So out of the niche now, just in general, maybe like in the whole field in general. Then the next thing from that would be coming up with your own ideas, just entirely from your head.
So in order to do that, you would have to be consuming some TikTok?
Yes. Yeah. Consuming TikToks and other short form videos.
So how do you consume TikToks when you're going all in on organic? Should you be like putting aside like 10 minutes a day just to looking at viral TikToks?
I mean, you're usually going to get two birds with one stone when you're doing product research on TikTok. Now, something that I like to do too, and just be aware of is like if you're creating new accounts a lot on new accounts on TikTok, well, let's circle back. Basically, what I've noticed is any videos that get like over 10 million views usually on TikTok, TikTok is usually selecting those videos to represent their platform. So then if you ever see me create a new account, every single video you see on like a new account, if you don't select any interest, has like 10, 20 million, not views, likes, like 100 million view videos, massive videos. They're trying to just be the most broadly appealing videos as possible. Right. Now, I like to watch those videos when I create new accounts, when I'm warming up an account or something like that, and get a judge of like what's going on TikTok. Look at like all the, what people would say, like normie, mainstream, like maybe some dancers, influencers that everybody knows. Like, what are they doing? And a lot of these people as well have teams to hop onto trends. Like I know Charlie D'Amelio mentioned that she has like a team of like 15 people that their entire job full time is just to find trends, find trending songs, all this stuff, just so they can be on the top of the edge of that. So when I'm looking at that content, I'm really doing it consciously. I'm not like scrolling away. And I'll watch a lot of that. Now, another thing I'll do for like humor right now is Instagram Reels are just so funny. And so I'll watch a lot of Instagram Reels to get like content ideas of like genuine humor. But then besides that, like going on a product research, like burner account and just looking at what else is going on and organic.
Got it. So what would you say is the optimal amount of product research someone should do per day?
So it depends. Like the system that I tell people to do is, let's say you're working 7 days a week, okay? And let's say you're working 10 hours a day. All right. You're going to film and edit and do everything you need to do for your business. Okay. And let's say you're doing that on every single day you're doing that. Okay. Let's say you're doing a product a day or something like that. Let's say one day that might take you 8 hours. Another day it might take you 5 hours to get that product done. Some days it might take you 3. Some days it might take you all 10. But what you do is you set out your workday and then you backfill your entire workday with product research. So if you have no products to do, then it looks like you're doing 10 hours of product research a day. If you've got a bunch of products, you're going to see that you're not doing a lot of product research. So the system basically fixes itself. So basically, if you need products, and because you don't have any, you're going to end up testing, you're going to be doing a bunch of tons of product research.
Yeah.
If you don't need any products, then you're not going to be doing a lot of product research.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily have a specific amount that like I would say people should do. I think you should just do as much as you need based off that system.
Okay. So there are some people that succeed with TikTok organic in only a month. And then there are some people that succeed with TikTok organic after like 5 months, sometimes after posting 1,000 videos. So what would you say is the main difference between the people that succeed right away versus the people that take longer to succeed?
I mean, are we saying like people who follow the system?
Sure, yes. People that are in the program.
So like, I mean, I'm not saying our system specifically. I'm just saying like there's people who join and don't do, like they miss days, they don't post on days, and they just skew my data. That's like when I'm really talking to people who are asking that questions or questions along those lines genuinely, I'm like, okay, are we going to do it based off like people who are posting 3 times a day for this amount of time? Because if somebody does for a month and then they slack off for the next month and then they come back, they're kind of just skewing the data, even though like they would be in part of that. So like for people who are posting at least 3 times a day, like whatever that is, maybe it's multiple products posting 3 times a day. The people who find success a lot earlier, there are, I would say 30% of people across every single situation with organic, like it's very luck. Like, and now like from somebody who's not in the group, it wouldn't necessarily, it would be like even more luck, but like it's kind of our system gets lucky more often. So like that happens like 30% of people. So if we're looking at the 70%, so the 70% that takes 2 months as compared to the 70% that takes 5 months, there's a few things. One is like they listen really well. One, they're genuinely trying to make good content. Like this YouTube channel, it's like you probably have a different mental switch. Maybe you've gotten past it, but like you're genuinely trying to make this content good. Like it's for you. It's like a dream, a passion, and this and that. When you're making videos for organic, you're just throwing it, hoping to make some money. You don't really care. It's like if you can take that mental switch where you're genuinely trying to entertain people with your TikTok content and imagine you were the influencer, like it was Anthony Fernandez and you were selling a product on there, or like it was your own, you see these people from Shark Tank or something, watch their content. Look how passionate they are about the videos that they're making and how much effort they put into them. And it's like the people who are genuinely start trying to do that, they see success a lot quicker. Like there's other things, like things that are not necessarily teachable, like competence. There's a lot of people that like I tell them one, don't execute on it, and then there's other people I tell them it 3 times in a row, and then 2 months later they forget about it, and then I have to tell them again. It's all these things. It's like as if you can learn and you can consume the information and actually like take action on it, then like you're gonna see success a lot more.
Yeah, you actually told me that a while ago, like a couple months ago, about the YouTube thing and like putting all your effort into your videos just like you do your YouTube videos. Then as soon as I implemented that and like got into that mindset, that's when I made like 10K in sales and started actually making.
But I learned after doing this, there's a lot of things that like I can tell people, and they kind of just go over like my head, like I'm not really focused on them. I've just been doing this for genuinely so long now.
Yeah.
And at least it feels like it. I mean, in terms of organic and drop shipping, 2 years is it's almost like 2.5. Like 2.5 years is a pretty long time. So like there's a lot of things where I get people feedback where it's like, oh, that was just a mental switch for me. What I've noticed is not usually that a lot of people gradually get better. It's usually there's a switch in someone's brain and then they just go up from there. Like I've seen that with a lot of students, like one of my favorite students, Tristan Stiefel, who's in the group. It's like he like just had a mental switch one day and then it was just boom, and just seen success all the time ever since. The top 3 students, one of them is Bond, and then the other 2 are both 16. Okay.
Really? Andy and Luca.
Like that's 16 years old. So I don't know what to say it is about that. And something that I've noticed with those 2, I was like thinking about it. I was like, okay, is that an anomaly? Is that why that happened? Like what is going on? And I thought about it for so long. I was thinking about other guys, like guys on the team as well. And what I've noticed between the two of them is they don't have bills to pay. They go to like high school. They live with their parents. They have no emotion in the business. They just do. There's zero emotion. Where other people get so emotional about this or that, they just don't seem to bat an eye. They just do. They don't care. They've got nothing to lose. And that's why I don't know. I don't know. That just seems to be a character trait between the two of them. That like really helps them out.
And there's about to be a third 16-year-old up there. But
True.
to you, what's the most amount of views that you've gotten on one video?
22.
Okay.
Personally. So that's like a lot of another thing too that I say about like I've only done like 250,000 views at this point myself personally, but like my business is closing on like 1 billion because I now do everything almost exclusively with creators. I probably make like 5 to 10 videos a week now. And I'm really just doing it just so I can stay in the game. Like my business is at scale now where everything's like outsourced. I have creators doing everything for me. And like I'm spending at this point, it's probably I'll be pushing like 10K just in like retainers on creators, just trying to build it up through then. So I don't really do too much myself anymore. I just observe it and just so I can stay competent in the space.
Yeah. So what's the difference, would you say, is between those viral videos between like 1 to 5 million views and then mega viral videos between like 10, 50 million views, 100 million views sometimes?
Yeah. Usually I say this to people a lot. Once videos start passing like 5 to 10 million views, if they get past that, I really do think that they are just selected by the TikTok gods or the short form gods. I even have somebody I know that knows somebody who works at Instagram that works in like the Reels department and told them that like any video over like, I think it was like 15 million views is hand selected by someone at Instagram. I don't know how true that is. I mean, it would make sense. And if not, it's kind of going by an algorithm thing too. So it's like, oh, maybe you see a 20 million view video and you're like, oh my God, this is amazing. But it's not like, it's still amazing, but it's not really much different in terms of quality than a 5 million view video. Usually that's where I think I see people like maxing out where I can see the difference between a 1 million view video and not necessarily a 5 million view video. In a 5 million view video, but like when it gets 20 million views, I see it as equal as kind of a 5 million view video. It was just selected by the gods to represent the platform. Now, like 1 million view video usually has something, like one of those engagements or like some sort of criteria in the video that like did really well and got it there. 5 million, it's usually just that refined. And then also the other thing to that is just more like broadly appealing usually. Because like you can have a super cool video, like some of the best products, the top 3 products that I've ever seen in organic, like and by like top 3 students, they're like making multiple some of them 7 figures, multiple 6 figures for the others. It's like their total view count on the thing is like 30 million views. Like they have not gotten hundreds of millions of views or anything to get those multi-6 figure. They have a super niche audience and it's like they made really good content for that audience and they can go viral there, but that video only might be getting 500,000 on a really good, sometimes rarely in 1 million, but it's not broad enough to get 5, 10, 20 million views. So it has to be broad as well. Additionally, like refined all the other criteria.
Got it. Okay. So the view counts also are somewhat determined by the product and how broad it is. My last question to you is, what would be your best tip to a beginner that is really trying to start making money with TikTok organic?
First of all, start. That would be the first step. A lot of people try to like consume and do all the mental masturbation and watch a ton of videos. Just start. Get your phone, get your videos, do product research, find a product. Preferably if you're starting one that has rather some proof of concept in general. Start making those videos and then preferably follow a system. Like you're going to be able to get like tons of mentoring from us, but it's like Michael lays out in a lot of his videos an entire system that you can follow and you can't go wrong with. That's free on his YouTube videos. He's posted the course video like a couple months ago. It's like you can watch that entirely, follow the system, execute on it, and don't be like, oh, I'm going to do this for 3 months. I'm going to do this for 6 months, and then I'll do this for a year and see if it works. Change in the mental, like have a mental change where it's like, okay, I'm doing this until it works. I don't have anything to fall back on. Like, do it, lock in, and then don't get emotional. There are going to be so many ups and downs. Like even when things are good, and you're doing amazing and you're making 6 figures a month, the guy that's making 6 figures a month profit, his day doesn't look like $10,000, $10,000, $10,000. It's $30,000, then $10,000, then zero, then zero, then zero, then zero, then $50,000, then $30,000, and $10,000 a year. It's so emotional, even when you're at the top. There are so much jumps. You can't let that get to you, and it doesn't help. And you have to put so much focus on like actually trying to help yourself, because a lot of people that I've noticed is like I call them homework people. They'll do things, then they're just trying to do it just to do homework for me. Like, hey, Jacob, I did my product research. Hey, Jacob, I posted my videos, but they're not actually trying. It's like, if your product research sheet sucks, it doesn't hurt me. It only hurts you. If your videos are trash, it doesn't hurt me. It doesn't hurt you. It's not like if I approve of something, now it goes viral. I don't get to pick out the views. It's like the market does, TikTok does. So you've got to actually try. So if you're actually trying, you put in the work and you don't give up and you don't be a bitch. It'll be good.
Last but not least, if you don't know Barzan already, he's about to be all over your YouTube feed because this man is blowing up, as he should be, because this guy is mind-blowing. He has made over $3.1 million from TikTok organic dropshipping, and he's about to tell you why you have to be doing TikTok dropshipping right now. You said you did 1 to 2 million with Facebook ads before this. What got you to TikTok organic?
Yeah, so in December 2020, Facebook ads got hit with iOS, I think it was iOS 13 or 14, one of these iOS updates, right? And it messed up like the algorithm, the tracking and all that. And so a lot of people had to pivot onto other things. I mean, as far as I'm aware now, Facebook ads is back to, being good. A lot of people are crushing with Facebook ads. But back then I just, I had to make the pivot. They hit my business very hard. And thanks to a good friend of mine, he discovered organic. When he discovered organic, bro, like if you search up TikTok organic dropshipping on YouTube, there wasn't a single video back then. And so he discovered it. We were good friends through Facebook ads, and then he, told me about organic. We both hopped on, and we haven't looked back since. So it was all because of the iOS update, man. So I guess everything kind of happens for a reason, right?
Yeah. And do you see TikTok organic as a bigger opportunity now than Facebook ads when you did it?
Right now, TikTok, bro, it's just the beginning for TikTok, right? I mean, 4 years in 2019, I didn't know what TikTok was, right? And then in 2020, it blew up. 2024, it's bigger than it's ever been. If you look at the charts, it's just skyrocketing. So this platform is just getting bigger and bigger, which means the market's getting bigger and bigger. And I think it's just a start for TikTok. Of course, I'm not a future, what's it called? Like a fortune teller or whatever they're called, right?
Yeah.
But, maybe in 5 years, it'll be a different story. But for now, I see it. It's just the beginning for TikTok, honestly. Facebook's great too. People are crushing with Facebook right now. I mean, I could easily go back to Facebook, but I like what I'm doing. And I think it's just the beginning for TikTok, man, if you want me to be honest. Yeah.
So for a beginner that's just starting with TikTok organic, or for someone that's even doing it right now, what would be your best tip for someone that wants to really start making money with it?
Well, my first tip would be make sure when you're doing dropshipping, make sure you're doing TikTok organic. If you haven't made your first 100K online, make sure you're doing TikTok organic. A lot of people have like $300 to their name, and they're asking me about ad strategies. I'm like, bro, all it takes is 2 losing products for your budget to be blown. With TikTok organic, it sounds so scammy. That's why I don't even like saying this, but you can literally start TikTok organic with, you help me out here, $15 a month Shopify domain, $29 a month Shopify plan, and then your product samples. How much is your average product sample? 15 bucks. Let's say you want to test 10 products, 15 times 10, 150. You can start TikTok organic with 200 bucks. It sounds ridiculous, but you can turn 200 bucks to millions of dollars. I hate saying it because it sounds so scammy and ridiculous, but it's the truth.
I completely agree with Barzan. If you want to make a ton of money online, you have to be doing TikTok organic dropshipping right now. And if you want to see Barzan's YouTube channel, it's in the description. After interviewing all these people and seeing what they have to say, I think it's pretty safe to say that the best way to start making a ton of money with TikTok organic dropshipping is just to start, don't stop, and you will succeed.